Howdy, y'all. Yeehaw! Welcome to SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. As you can see, we've got our fancy dancy cowboy hats. I think Tractor Garage might be a little disappointed in our choice of cowboy hats. His are a little nicer. But Trenton in particular.
I ordered black on Amazon. And I got a pink one. And I just opened it 5 minutes ago before I came here. So I can't return it.
And you ordered a black one?
I ordered a black one.
And you got Yeehaw SLB on yours. How'd you get them wrote on? And I've got, what did you do put mine? Curtis.
Well, and in the like the proof or whatever I got, it was black and it had white lettering on it.
Yeah.
And I said, perfect. That's exactly what I want.
And what'd you get?
Pink. Does this fit your head?
Not so much.
Mine is like...
It's a little small, but...
Mine is squeezing. Like, I have a lot of room.
Oh.
This
came with it, too.
I'm going to have a hat.
It was on here.
Mine's pink. Imagine that. What are we reviewing today?
I just thought this would be fun. I came across this trend. It's like $250. I get it. It's very expensive. But I can't count...
How much?
$250.
Okay.
We'll get to that later, but I can't count how many times,
Cricket.
legitimately, I can't count how many times folks has asked me, because I've never really shown a bright light on Garrison Brothers.
No,
Texas whiskey. There's not anything, actually, up to this point that I have a bottle of from Garrison's that I personally have liked. Now, I did have somebody very generous of them to send me a sample of one of their better releases, Balmaria or something like that.
Called?
Something
like 400.
Something, I don't know. But it was a sample, and it was pretty decent, I have to say. But I don't have a bottle of that. It was just a sample that was sent to me.
I got a sample of, I think it's the Ladybird. It's like a lavender, magenta-ish kind of a wax. It was actually quite good.
Okay.
But those, I think, are still like $350.
Okay. All right.
Something like that.
Well, I've had tons of people. You got to try the Cowboy Bourbon. You've got to try have you ever tried the Cowboy Bourbon? I never have.
I haven't either.
I've never tried the Cowboy Bourbon. And what kind of put it over the edge for me, I know this is kind of like self-incrimination here, but this is also a Hazmat bottle.
Really?
Yes.
Good Lord.
It's also a Hazmat.
140.9.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that you wanted to do this video.
I know. Me too. So I thought it'd be kind of ironic. You know, it's Cowboy Bourbon, it's Garrison Brothers, it is a Hazmat. Now, I will say, I did a little bit of reading on this. This is the 2023. What it was doing on the shelves at Wise Guys, I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe people have the same sentiment about Garrison Brothers as we do.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, 2023.
It's 2023, so everybody knows 2023. But the barrel age on this is there's no barrels under 6 years old. Which is saying quite a bit for Texas whiskey.
We're getting up there.
Yeah, for sure. What I like about it a lot is that not only is it non-chill filtered, it's also uncut. It's not filtered at all.
I can get behind that.
So you might find some bits in there.
Some particulate? I like some particulate in there.
So I'm kind of it's uncut, unfiltered. It's all the above.
It's raw Texas.
It's right out of that barrel. It's what you've always thought it would be.
Man, I kind of look cute in this.
Michelle's gonna love it.
She is.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So I just thought we'd have a good time with it, guys. And I know tons of you had asked me about Cowboy Bourbon, so they end up being a Hazmat. I can't even believe I'm shocked. Personally brought this down here.
I'm shocked. I'm very surprised.
Being a Hazmat.
Let's see what it's all about.
All right.
Let us know if you've had Cowboy Bourbon.
Yeah.
In the description.
Yeah, please.
Or
please.
In the comments.
Yeah, let us know. And also let us know if you like the cowboy hats. We're kind of Hoosiers. We're not, cowboys per se, but...
No.
Not really.
Yeah, let me know if you prefer this or the sleeveless. Maybe both. Maybe I could go sleeveless and cowboy hat. That'd be pretty slick.
Sleeveless with your pink cowboy hat?
That'd be pretty slick.
Forget about it.
That'd be pretty slick.
Be awful. I don't know, Trenton. Aromas are pretty darn good. I have to admit, I get a little bit of that Texas funk. I understand that. You're especially going to get it with Garrison Brothers, but there's a whole lot more sweetness I get out of this than that.
Sweetness.
Maple syrup. That maple syrup. That Texas oak funk is there.
It's
no
wood,
question about
wood.
it. Texas oak funk is there. There's no question about it.
It is, though. It's like a little bit of maple syrup. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of, it's like a very crafty type of a note on the nose once you kind of get through that maple syrup a little bit. I don't know. It kind of also smells like humid.
Smells humid?
Yeah.
It almost comes across as like a little bit nutty as far as an odd, like a chestnut type thing or something.
Yeah, there's a chestnut with like nutmeg in there or something.
Definitely. Definitely some baking spices. That's good on you, dude. Definitely some strong baking spices as of a nutmeg. I don't know. I'm not too unhappy with it. Woo!
I can feel that in my lower intestine right now. That's hot. Not as much as I would have thought, honestly, for like a craft. I would have expected with the Garrison, Texas type of a vibe that it might have drank a little bit more hot, but it really doesn't.
No. I was expecting worse, and I got a little bit less, but it's still spicy.
I gotta chill up my sips here. I'm gonna be loaded quick. It also has this like vague cinnamon bark thing going on in it. It's not like a raw cinnamon that you can put on some toast or something. But if you open a thing of McCormick cinnamon and just take a little bit of a whiff, bite it a little bit.
I love
kind
that.
of like that.
Yeah, I love that. Definitely some cinnamon vibes going on there. I still get that Texas oak funk on the palate. Not nearly as strong as some of the other ones I have down there. It's not nearly as overbearing. It kind of lends to the balance of the sip a little bit, you can say.
Where in Texas is this? Is there a place called Garrison in Texas?
Garrison Brothers. I'd say that's Garrison family. Brothers. I'm still getting some maple syrup there, guys. I am. I'm getting some dark sweetness out of this, too. Some tobacco notes, some maple syrup. I love that cinnamon note Trenton put in there.
Get a rare phone appearance here. It's High Texas.
I am going to. I know this is. I don't usually ever do this, primarily because I don't usually add water to anything. I don't do it with I know it's a big thing with Scotch. Add a few drops of water. If you do it, more power to you. There are some whiskeys that I do like a cube of ice with. Wild Turkey Rare Breed, for example. But I normally don't add any kind of water, but I think I'm going to add a couple drops into this one just to see what happens.
See, I'm curious because this is in High Texas. It's an hour and 11 minutes or about 60 miles west of Austin. I'm trying because I think I'll just be honest with you, still Austin is my favorite Texas distillery as of right now. I think
and thanks to you folks out there. Thanks to you folks for.
Did we talk about what's up with Texas whiskey in that video? Did we talk about Garrison?
Yes.
Did we?
Yeah.
I think
I have a single barrel over there, and that was one of those.
Okay.
It's just heavy Texas old funk coming out of that.
It could be that because myself, I'm enjoying a little bit more of this like crafty, strange, unique type of a profile lately. That this is a little bit more palatable for me. I do enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah.
This isn't something I could drink a ton of because it's Hazmat.
No.
But it's a nice sip. It's dark and rich and woody, and it's pretty complex.
I don't mind it at all.
Really?
I kind of like it, actually.
I'm very surprised.
Now, I think it's a little hot for me in my personal tastes. The proof is a little high, but you all know that about me. I don't run out and get a bunch of Hazmats. I know some folks do, and that's their thing. More power to you. That's usually not what I do. That's why I'm very curious. I put 5 drops of water in this. I'm going to see how it brings the proof down a little bit and see if the flavors change at all for me.
This is going to sound weird. I'll wait till you're done though. it kind of tastes a little bit like bugs. And I don't know, not in a bad way, but it's very reminiscent of like if you've ever accidentally swallowed a gnat or like a ladybug when you're running or you're catching flies when you're sleeping, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's got this like insecty, maybe it's more on the earthy side. I don't know, but it
definitely an earthy vibe.
It kind of tastes like bugs.
Well, I got to admit something to you. By putting the 5 drops of water in there, I've kind of ruined my glass.
Really?
Yeah. The flavors didn't change a ton. It did drop the proof down a little bit, but there's something about sipping that uncut, unfiltered whiskey that when I added the water to it, it just changed that vibe for me. Changed the viscosity level a little bit for me. It just changed that raw feeling of drinking that uncut, unfiltered bourbon.
Interesting.
And so I wouldn't do that again. Now, I don't think this is one that I would put a cube in on either. I just wouldn't do it. I just don't think on this one I would.
I even feel that way. Like I used to try the Jack Daniel's Coy Hill, the 2021 I have, with a little bit of water and then ice. And then it was probably a couple months ago. I went back and I put like just a little bit of ice in it. I usually don't drink whiskey over ice or anything. Not because I'm a purist or anything. I just don't prefer to alter the experience. I didn't like it at all. I don't know if it's because the flavor's so like concentrated and then you water that down, then it just like all the bad flavors in a concentrate kind of come up like you're getting like watered down oak. Is that kind of what you're getting? Yeah,
it's just everything's, and it's only 5 drops of water. Now, I will say this, I'm getting a little bit of a chocolatey note out of there that I didn't quite gain the first time around. And that was on the second sip after the water. But yes, it basically, in no better terms I can think of off the top of my head, waters down the experience of the uncut, unfiltered whiskey. So I agree with that, yes. Didn't really work out for me. It may work out for some, but it did for me. But overall, it is $250, Trenton. $250. So I think if you're, let's put it this way. If you're looking for a powerful, robust, funky bourbon, this would touch all the bases. There's no question about it. I don't know, $250. I think if I read right, there's only 9,600 bottles in this particular.
That's a lot of
release.
bottles, though.
So, or somewhere around 9,000 or something like that. It's a lot of bottles. $250. It's not really worth $250 for me, but what is anymore? How about that?
That's true.
But I know for some it absolutely is. Because I've had conversations with you folks. Yeah. It's like your pinnacle. You wait for this every year. And if that's your palate, yes. If that's your palate, everything that I just spoke about before, the robust style, funky, a little bit of funk in there. This is where to go. This is where to go.
My only question, and I say this not from a judgy or anything like that, but I'm just curious. You have Still Austin an hour away. They're also doing Texas stuff. And I don't know if their stuff is as high of an age statement as this, but they have yet to come. Still Austin has yet to come out with anything higher from what I'm aware of, over $120. And they're doing a lot of cool stuff over there. Sure. I wish from a price standpoint, especially when you get the Balmeria, you get the, if I'm saying that right, if you get the Ladybird, you get this, and there was another one, I
think.
Guadalupe, yeah. Those are all like $300 or higher. I think one of them goes for $500. Ooh. And I'm struggling internally to understand the price point. Mm-hmm. If I'm remembering correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Sure. They allow people to come down and like volunteer to bottle stuff for them. Yeah. So that's kind of helping to take away from that cost. Mm-hmm. But it's still quite expensive. It is. And I get it. There's a lot that goes into a distillery operations and all this other stuff, and I get it. Maybe they're not as big as Still Austin. Maybe there's some funding stuff that I'm not aware of. I'm just curious because if you could get this for half the price,
if you get that about $150,
that'd be a no-brainer for me.
That'd be I would agree with $150.
Mm-hmm. The entry for somebody to go in and buy a higher. Maybe more luxurious or a more limited release of a Garrison Brothers product is very small. Like it's very difficult to do that. Mm-hmm. Whereas Still Austin, you got 60, 70, 80 bucks. They're limited releases. Granted, you have to be at the distillery to get it. So the availability is a little bit less. But you take availability versus 250 bucks. Like that's tough.
It is.
It's a cool experience though.
Very. Very. I had fun with it.
Yeah.
Shoot, we had hats and everything.
I'm less thrilled about my hat.
I think your mom's going to love this video.
I'm sure she will.
You know what? We're going to watch it with Bexley.
Oh, she's going to love
My
this
grandma,
hat.
she'll want that hat.
I'll give it to her.
Yep. This is now Bexley's hat. She will wear this all the time now.
Watch her wear it to like preschool and people will be like, what's SLB?
She's going to go to kindergarten next year. First day, kindergarten.
That'd be good. That's free advertising.
She probably will.
That's free advertising.
Yes, she probably will. All right, guys. I hope you had fun with this. That was that was my take on this whole video. I looked at it and I was like, you know what? Hazmat. You guys know it's not my thing. Texas whiskeys, but I enjoyed it. I have to say. Maybe a little overpriced depending on how you feel about it. That's a personal choice. You're the individual. The whiskey's worth whatever you feel it's worth.
That is true.
It's whatever
That's true.
That's right. All right, guys. That's all we got for you today. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time. Right down here with Trenton, me in the good old basement bourbon bar, hopefully without cowboy hats.
Especially mine.
Yep, for sure. See you later.